Hey, welcome replay viewer. Thanks for stopping by and catching the replay. We definitely appreciate you here at Team Health International. So thanks for stopping by. If you could do me a favor, just in the comments below, just put where you're watching in from. You know, what state you're in, what city you're in, and just let us know if you're watching the replay and put a number 2. So number 2 for replay and where it is that you're watching from. I love going back in the comments and just engaging with people in general. So as you can see from the topic, the headline of this video, hey, thanks for joining us, is I'm giving my 6-month update. You know, I've been on Lurralife products for 6 months. I've been taking the Detox Tea, the Thrive, and the O2 drops. And, you know, what better time to do a video when I just got my products in the mail for the month. I actually ran out of Detox Tea from giving out too many samples from people that you know, want to experience the Detox Tea. So, got my products in the mail today. Figured I'd shoot a quick 6-month update. Fill everyone in on, you know, how I'm feeling, how I'm doing, how these products are really working for me. So, taking the Detox Tea. Hey, thanks for joining us. Taking the Detox Tea right here. Taking the Thrive. Comes in little individual sticks inside. Oh, sweet. You gotta love our company, dude. Dude, I got 2 bags of Thrive. Typically with my order, I only get 1. So either A, they messed up, or B, they forgot they already sent me. I won a challenge in Lurralife, and I won a free product. So they already sent it to me, so maybe they forgot and they sent it to me again. Woohoo! Score! And the O2 drops. So those are the 3 products that I've been taking from Lurralife. And, you know, I've been taking them 6 months, every single day, religiously. And the reason I started taking them, hey, how are you from all the way down from Australia? Thanks for joining us, appreciate it. So real quick, I always get questions. I'm on a selfie stick trying to rip a bag open at the same time. So everyone asks me, what does the Thrive look like as far as packaging wise? Kind of hard. With one hand and a mouth, but they come in individual serving sizes like this. So they're absolutely awesome for sampling or on the go. The Detox Tea, there's 4 sacks of this, 4 packets, 2 tea bags in each packet. Each pack makes a gallon's worth of tea, so you have a month's worth of tea. I take it back. Here I'm thinking I'm scoring, I totally forgot. So 2 bags makes 30-day supply, and then obviously the O2 drops, wherever they went. The big bottle, that's 60 milliliters, that's a 30-day supply. This typically lasts me longer just because, I don't know why. You know, I take it 3 times a day under my tongue. The Thrive, I actually mix it with my Detox Tea. Just put it in the Detox Tea, 10 ounces of Detox Tea, 8 ounces of Detox Tea. I throw my Thrive in there, I mix it up. But I've been taking these products every single day for the last 6 months. And the reason I started taking them was just to gain better health. I mean, I really don't have a lot. Okay, let me rephrase that. I really didn't think I had a lot of problems. So I initially started taking these products just to get healthier, just to be healthy. A lot of preventative, you know. A lot of people think they have to take supplements or they have to take different products because they already have an issue, right? They're ailing, or they have a situation where they're like, oh my goodness, my health is really bad right now. I should make a change, right? And sometimes that's not the best way to think. I mean, definitely if you have that epiphany of where, you know, maybe you're on prescription medication, or maybe even you know, you just have situations with your health, disease, whatever, that you should definitely change your train of thought and say, hey, I should really start taking care of myself and you know, giving my body the nutrition it needs. But for me, in my case, the reason I started taking these products was preventive. I'm going to be 40 this year. I know, I look good for 40, huh? I'm just playing, just totally playing. So, you know, I started taking them to prevent all the things down the road, right? 10 years from now, 20 years from now, where things really get bad for people depending on their diet. I eat a really good diet as well. But, you know, cardiovascular problems are the #1 problem for men. And man, I just found out that women, it's a 300% increase since the 90s. So women and heart disease is at an epidemic spike, just upward trend, 300%. More and more women are having heart attacks and strokes than ever before. So that scares me. I don't know if that scares you. So I started taking Thrive. I started taking it. My blood pressure was a little bit elevated. It wasn't high blood pressure by any means. It was just elevated. And to me, that's a precursor of, hey, you better do something about it. So I started taking the Thrive. And my main goal for the Thrive was, #1, get my blood pressure back down to where it was, lower my cholesterol levels back down to where they should be. They weren't high. They were just elevated a little bit, you know. And I'm a big fan of alkalizing the body, right? And with Thrive, you get 2.5, you get the equivalent nutrition of 2.5 pounds of alkaline organic greens. So, you know, whether I eat greens raw or whatever, I'm getting more greens every single day than most people get in a month, right? And if you're eating healthy, obviously, you know, we don't compare. I'm comparing it to the normal average person out there. So I started taking Thrive to get that, because the studies, if you haven't studied alkalizing the body and pH balancing the body, man, if you're suffering from anything, studies show that alkalizing is the answer. Dr. Otto Warburg in 1939 won a Nobel Prize for discovering alkalizing the body. And he found that disease cannot exist in an alkaline environment. So you're probably scratching your head and you're thinking, well, what the heck is alkalizing? I've never heard of this before. Or I've heard of it, but I've never really understood what it was. So let me do two things. Let me explain it, and let me paint a word picture for you. So alkalizing the body means nothing more than bringing your pH up, right? It's like a swimming pool or a fish tank. You know, our bodies have to be pH balanced. Well, alkalizing your body just means it's oxygen rich, right? It's a super oxygen rich environment. Now, I don't know about you, but I love having an oxygen rich environment in my body, because my body functions primarily off oxygen. So, you know, if my body is lacking oxygen, well, my organs aren't functioning properly, and eventually that could lead to some problems. So back to the pH scale. So the pH scale goes from 0 to 14. Anything under 7 is acidic. Anything over 7 is alkaline. Now, what studies have shown throughout the years is from our diets, especially the Western diet, it's very acidic. And if you're constantly bombarding your body, I'm throwing some knowledge out. I wasn't going to do that. I was only going to do a testimonial, but we're on a roll, so let's keep going. So when you're constantly bombarding yourself with prepackaged meals, prepackaged food, fast food, sodas, candy, sugar, you know, all the good stuff. Don't get me wrong, all the good stuff. You're putting your body in an acidic state. So what does that mean? Well, it's lack of oxygen. Where does disease and issues and ailments and aches and chronic whatever live? It lives in an acidic environment. So if you want to check your pH, just buy some litmus paper or some pH paper, test your saliva, test your urine, and it's going to tell you where you're at. The average person is around 6 to 6.5. They're slightly acidic, which maybe doesn't really mean anything off the top of the head, but over time, that could add up to some trouble. Now, people with disease and chronic whatever, situations, ailments, aches, whatever, typically are lower on the scale. They're maybe, 6, 5.8, 5.5. People with cancer are 5, 4.5. Super acidic, right? So, just like a pool, if you don't pH balance it, it becomes full of algae and just nasty. Same thing with a fish tank. If you don't pH balance a fish tank, it becomes algae and just nasty water. Well, what happens to a fish? A fish dies. Why does it die? Because there's lack of oxygen in the water. Your body's the exact same way. If you have lack of oxygen in your body's not functioning properly. Your organs aren't functioning properly. So typically what happens is your body starts robbing from your blood, from your bones, typically your bones. It robs vitamins and minerals and nutrition to offset all of that acidity and push the acidity out. To keep the organs functioning properly, it needs all those extra vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, so now you're becoming deficient. So it starts off as an acidity problem and eventually long-term goes into a deficiency. So, I digress. The reason I started Thrive was because Thrive is 2.5, the equivalent nutrition of 2.5 pounds of organic alkaline greens. And when I say alkaline, I was taking previous products that were designed around alkalinity. I was taking their greens 3 times a day. I was taking their omegas. I was taking, they had some pH drops. I was taking a lot of stuff from them. And my pH never got over 7.1, ever. Never got over it. I felt good, but after taking Thrive, man, I didn't feel as good as I do now. Not only did I save a ton of money by canceling those products, but my goodness, now my pH runs between 7.9 and 8.5 on the alkalinity scale, and I feel absolutely amazing. Like, amazing. I feel like I'm 18 again. Like, the amount of energy that I have, the sleep that I get, oh my goodness. If I could just go on and on about sleep as you get older. Whew! So basically, I started these products to be preventative. But what I found was, man, these products were giving my body what it needed to really get back to where it should be. Right? And it's crazy because over time, we just become used to our situation, right? So maybe my knee hurts. And, a week goes by, my knee still hurts. A month goes by, my knee still hurts. 6 months go by, my knee still hurts. And we just kind of get used to the pain. We get used to our situation. My back hurts. My blood pressure's elevated, right? We get used to these situations, and pain, the original pain that we got just becomes part of life. And it's crazy because we kind of go on this downward health slope of just being healthy and where our body should be, and we just become accustomed to it. It's normal. It's just, that's life. And what I didn't realize was, holy moly, I thought I was here, but I was really way down here way down here. Like, you can't even see where my arm is at. That's where I was really at. Now, how did I realize that? By just taking some amazing products. And now being where I'm at is like crazy. So I originally started taking the detox tea. Didn't really understand much about it. I thought it was a typical detox. Nope, not a typical detox. Our detox tea is something you can take every single day. Every single day. Most detox you can't take every single day. They have certain ingredients in them that will ruin or irritate your intestinal lining and stomach, right? Our products, organic, all natural herbs that can be taken every single day that help gently, right? Gently detox your body. So this isn't a detox where you got to do it on the weekend and stay 3 feet from a restroom, or wherever you're going, you got to plan out, like, where are the restrooms at just in case, where are they? Not like that. Very gentle detox. So started taking the detox, and what I didn't realize was I've taken supplements in the past, and I started thinking like, wow, I feel amazing on these products. I started looking in more into detoxing and how the body functions and that sort of thing. And I found, wow, all those nutritional products I was taking in the past, man, I was just wasting my money. Because without a proper detox, you're never going to absorb the maximum amount of nutrition that your body can absorb. And if you've never detoxed, well, you have a toxic sludge in your body that's coating your intestines, right? Your microbiome. And it's prohibiting your body from absorbing a lot of the nutrients that your body needs. And by properly detoxing and getting all that sludge out, man, now your body is finally able to absorb all of those nutrients, will just put you on a spike. So what I've found, and almost all of our clients and customers have found, is this immediate surge of energy. Not a caffeine jittery surge, nothing fake or synthetic, just a steady, constant, noticeable energy all day. So that puts me into the next thing that I found. For years, I struggled with sleep problems. Now, I don't mean insomnia. I mean, I would go to sleep for 8 hours, and I would wake up and feel like I didn't sleep, right? I would just feel exhausted. You could see it in my face. I'd look in the mirror and be like, I'm so exhausted, I didn't even sleep well, even though I slept 8, 10, 12 hours. And the crazy thing is I remember I would come home from work and I would take 3-hour naps. Like, I would come home and it just felt like the life was sucked out of me. I don't know if you can relate to that or not, but I would just come home and I was exhausted and I would lay down and sleep. And my wife would get so mad at me because all I was doing was napping and sleeping, napping and sleeping. I remember going to work and I would, like, as I was driving somewhere, I would be like nodding off. You know what I mean? I'd have to pull over and take a 20-minute power nap, 10-minute power nap. I remember at lunchtime, I would sleep. And looking back now, just reflecting, I was like, wow, I was so exhausted. My body was running on empty. And the cool thing about these products is now looking back, chatting with different people and kind of, just reflecting for a minute, man, my sleep is phenomenal. It is absolutely, I can't even describe, like, if you have sleep problems, you know what I'm talking about. And it's crazy now. I don't take naps anymore. I was just talking with Chip Pinard. He's in this group as well. And I was just talking with Chip Pinard about how much energy I have and how much better my sleep is. Like, just last night, right? I had so much energy and my phone was just blowing up with people messaging me and chatting back and forth and meeting new people and all that kind of sharing different knowledge with them. And I was like, okay, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go to sleep. Put my phone down. My phone would ring and I'm like, I'm kind of up anyway. And I'd be on my phone for about a half an hour. I'd put it down, like, okay, I gotta go to sleep. I gotta go. Well, long story short, I got about 4.5 hours of sleep. That's it. Now, normally back in the day, 4.5 hours of sleep, oh my goodness, I would hate life. I would just absolutely hate it. But the cool thing with these products, and I can only speak about these products, is, man, I woke up and I felt not refreshed. I felt a tiny bit tired, but not as much as I remembered in the past, right? And what was cool is, in the morning, I take my detox tea and I take my Thrive. Well, I ran out of detox tea. I haven't had it for a week because I gave out some samples. I gave out too much of my stash. And Thrive, I didn't judge it right. I gave out too many samples of Thrive. I didn't have any Thrive. I didn't have any detox tea. And typically I drink those in the morning. And then within about 20, 30 minutes, man, I get this energy just comes back, right? Well, I didn't have that this morning. So I was a little worried. And I was like, oh man, is it going to be a long day? Am I going to regret this? Should I have went to bed sooner? But I still had some O2 drops. So I just put some O2 drops under my tongue, held it there for 2 minutes, minute to 2 minutes, as long as I can. And dude, I'm rocking and rolling all day long. I've been up, believe this or not, today, I've been up since 2 a.m. That's Pacific time. It's now, I think, 3 o'clock. And I'm still zipping along. Haven't had a nap, haven't needed a nap, don't want a nap. I'm rocking and rolling. Why? Because I'm giving my body, I've detoxed all the toxins out. I'm detoxing on a daily basis all the toxins. I'm detoxing every organ. I'm detoxing my blood. I'm detoxing all the way down to a cellular level. Then what I'm doing is I'm putting Thrive, which is 2.5 pounds of organic alkaline greens, plus the nitric oxide blend, putting that in my body to fuel it. Now, typically in the morning, I'll drink the detox tea, I'll do the Thrive. I won't eat anything, like from the night before till about 5 hours after I wake up. Just not hungry, you know. For me, the detox tea and Thrive curbs my appetite enough, gives my body what it needs to fuel it for up to 5 hours, which is insanity. And then lunchtime comes around, I may have some apples, some fruit, you know, some grains, some stuff like that, real healthy. And then sometimes I'm not even hungry for dinner, you know. I found that when you give your body the nutrition it needs, you're no longer hungry, right? The reason you may be hungry is because you're nutrient deficient. Whatever you're consuming, prepackaged, prepared, fast food, snacking, high sugar levels, right? You know, typically those things lack the nutrients your body needs. But and that's why you're always hungry. You're constantly hungry. You're snacking. You eat, and then an hour later you're starving. It's because your body's telling you you're not getting the nutrients that you need. It's not telling you go eat more of the junk. It's telling you, hey, that food source didn't do it. You need more. So what I found was when I'm giving my body what it needs, I don't eat as much, which hence allowed me to lose the 13 pounds that I didn't even know I needed to lose. That was a shock to me when I lost 13 pounds. And it was all through alkalizing greens with the Thrive, because alkalizing is going to help detoxify as well. It's going to help you shed that weight, right? The tea, detoxing, is going to help you detoxify your body to give itself the nutrients it needs, so you're not consuming all of these empty calories of junk. You're only consuming what your body needs at that point. And that's kind of cool for me, because in the past I used to be a snacker. Like if I was bored, I'd snack. If I was, had some downtime, I'd snack. If I was driving somewhere, I would just snack. And, not necessarily on the best food either. And, maybe that's what allowed me to gain the 13 pounds. But I just remember always snacking and being hungry. And now, not hungry. Really not hungry that much anymore. And if I am, it's typically a better choice of something, And then that brings me to the O2 drops. So the O2 drops are liquid oxygen. And let's face it, on our planet today, with all the toxins and all the other things in the environment, we're not getting the oxygen that we need. We're not getting the amount of oxygen that our body requires to function at a cellular level, right? So with the O2 drops and mineral blend, I started taking those 3 times a day, morning, afternoon, and evening. And what I found with that is I've noticed that my cardiovascular endurance has gone up just from the O2 drops. I'll give you an example. So before, this is going to sound so bad. Before, I could run up my steps, and I might be exhausted. I might not exhausted, but I might be a little, breathing a little heavy. I could run out to my mailbox and back as fast as possible, and maybe I was breathing a little heavier than I should have. With the O2 drops, I've noticed that I can run to the mailbox, I can run upstairs, I can run places, and I'm not even winded. And the cool thing about the O2 drops is it's giving your body that extra oxygen, the oxygen you're not getting from the environment, to put into your bloodstream. As soon as it goes under the tongue, sublingual is the second best way to get something into your bloodstream at a rapid speed. And when you give your body more oxygen, especially your blood cells fatten out. And they're able to carry more oxygen, they're able to carry more nutrients, they're able to carry more minerals than they would have before. And that allows all of that nutrients that you're taking in to get to where it's going as efficient as possible. See, when your body is more efficient, it doesn't burn as much energy either, right? So when your body and your cells and your organs are all more efficient in what their job is supposed to be, it doesn't require as much energy, right? So if you're lack of oxygen, if you're still toxic, right, and you haven't detoxed, or maybe you detox once every 6 months, you should be detoxing daily. But maybe once every 6 months, or maybe you've never detoxed, right? So your body's not getting the nutrients it needs. And then on top of that, the blood is not able to carry the maximum amount of load of nutrients it needs to. So let me paint this picture. So it's like walking up a mountain in mud, only being able to carry what you can carry in your pockets, right? So if you haven't detoxed ever, or you only detox every 6 months, it's like walking in mud, thick mud up to your knees, up a mountainside. And the only nutrition that you can carry is in 2 pockets of your jeans, right? But when you detox every single day and you get all that toxic sludge out of it, it's actually like stepping on an escalator going up that same mountainside. And instead of just what you can carry nutrition-wise in your pocket, you're able to carry a huge rut sack like the military carries, those huge sacks that are like 5 feet tall, stuffed with nutrition, right? You don't have to make as many trips are faster, but you don't have to make as many trips. And the trips that you're making are less effort. So it doesn't require your body to burn as much energy to be efficient. Hence, you don't have to eat as much. And it just kind of all works in that circle. You know what I mean? So my update for 6 months in is, my goodness, I feel like I'm 18 years old. I have a ton of energy. I sleep absolutely amazing. Even with lack of sleep, I still have energy to rock all day long, 15, 18 hours, right? If need be, but typically 14, 15 hours. Lost 13 pounds, have kept 13 pounds off. Man, I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. That's pretty much it. Don't have don't have elevated blood pressure anymore. Don't have all of my vitals, and all of my lab work comes back perfect, like amazing. Where it was starting to get elevated. Tons of energy to play with my kids, get what needs to be done, no more naps. Mental focus and clarity. I used to have a brain fog where, I would just forget things. Just wasn't organized, kind of scattered. Now, just focus, mental clarity. That's a mental endurance to really do a task or project and stay on it and just, focus on it. Cuts are healing faster. I actually have a cut on my foot. I'm not going to show it to you because that's kind of nasty. But I cut my foot a week and a half ago. I mean, we're talking about that big of a cut on my toe, taking off a chunk of skin. Like, I could measure it, and it's probably like 1/8 of an inch deep. And that was a week and a half ago. Typically, wounds that are that big for me take 3 weeks, a month to really heal. And this thing is almost healed. It's a week and a half in, and it's about 3/4 of the way healed. Just wounds healing faster, skin and nails. My nails are growing faster, they're thicker. My hair is thick and awesome. What else? man, just feeling so much better. And that's typically what we're getting back from everyone that takes these products, is they can't describe it, but in their first week, they're losing weight, they're having a surge of energy, sleeping better, feeling better. You know, obviously the FDA has not evaluated any of this. I'm not saying this to diagnose, treat, or cure, right? I have to throw that out there. But man, when you give your body what it needs, your body can heal itself. I'm a true believer in that. Man, is there anything else I'm forgetting? Man, I'm trying to think. Because I know as soon as I hop off of this live, totally going to forget. I'm going to remember. I know as soon as I jump off, I'm going to be like, ah, man, I should have talked about that. Oh, man, I should have talked about that. Can't think of anything else. But the thing I'm going to leave you with is two things. Number one, if you're suffering from any of the things that I've talked about, lack of energy, chronic fatigue, disease, not sleeping well, overweight, anything along that lines, get back to the person that brought you to Team Health International. Get back to the person that introduced you to Team Health International. Do yourself a favor. Do your body a favor. And start taking these products. Ask that person, hey, I saw Zach's 6-month update. Where can I get X? Detox T, Thrive, O2 Drops, maybe all three. So get back to the person that shared Team Health International with you and say, hey, man, I'm ready to reclaim my health. I'm ready to feel like I'm 20 again. How can you help me? Second thing I want to leave you with is tonight. Today's Thursday, May 2nd. So every Thursday, we have our health challenge. It's a call. You can dial in. It's free. Anybody can call in. So if you're watching this live and it's not past Thursday, I'm going to put the details below. And what this health challenge is we actually pay people for their weight lost. So we pay people up to $500 to lose weight, to lose the weight they're already trying to lose. Why not get paid for the weight you're already going to lose or trying to lose? And that's what tonight's call is all about. Every Thursday night, 6 p.m. Pacific, 7 Mountain, 8 Central, 9 Eastern. You can dial in to our health challenge call, and we have testimonials on there of people that are using the products and the results that they're getting, kind of like myself. And you can actually be paid to lose weight. How cool is that? So get back to the person that brought you into Team Health International. Start asking them questions. Start getting information. You know, do your body a favor. Do your health a favor. And number two is come join us tonight for our health challenge. If you know someone that could definitely use what we have, invite them into Team Health International. Bring them in. We're here to educate everyone and help everyone out. You can also share the phone number with them and then just tell them to get back to you, and you can get back to any of us. But, today's the day. Today's the day that everything can change for you. You just have to take the action. So I appreciate each and every one of you here in Team Health International. Thanks for joining me on my 6-month update. I'm going to continue to update you guys. I'm going to show back up maybe in a couple months, maybe my 9-month, who knows, I don't know, but I'm going to continue to show up. I'm going to continue to share different testimonials of every walk of life that is trying our product, just so you guys can see how real this is. So have an awesome day. Here's to you.